look at this Chocobo. Aren't they a happy little fella? Go on, get closer. They won't hurt you. They'll just burn you to a crisp. Hello, my name is Edrem, and today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite fights in FF14. Not in terms of difficulty, but in terms of game design and execution of a concept. First off, this video is sponsored by me! You can find me live over on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday playing FF14 or other kinds of games. You might even learn how this animatronic puppet works if you pop in. Let me ask you, how would you design a fight in FF14? Like from the beginning? I know some of you probably have some really cool mechanic you've always wanted in the game, or some twist on an existing mechanic you really wish they did. Maybe comment about it below. But the way the fights are actually designed in FF14 though, is a clear pattern for most of the content. Create one or two central gimmicks, then design mechanics that interact with them to add challenge. For example, with the first Arcadian fight, it's copycat. Clones that copy whatever the main boss does, then a secondary gimmick of destructible floors. And this is why I like the Red Chocobo critical engagement in Bozja. On the surface level, the gimmick is meteor explosions, and lots of them. But hidden underneath that is the fight design, don't move too early. And I think it's designed to try and teach newer players this by punishing them severely for failing. I've done plenty of mentor roulettes, getting new players all the time, and one thing I see them do a lot is immediately stop what they are doing if there's an AoE or a marker on them. Meanwhile, I'm lazy as a Black Mage player trying to get another cast in like my boy Yoshi P. But I wanted to go over how this fight works, right? So, to start off with, there's 3 phases that the boss can do. They change which ones they do, but they're not going to repeat them until they've done all the phases, right? And typically there's one that most players I think consider to be the hardest, and there's one that is like considered the easiest. But I'm going to go over them, and we're going to find where it is here. Still prepping. There's a little tank buster. Little tank buster he does, which is actually has killed me more often than mechanics because I go in as a red mage. I'm going in here as a warrior just for like safety. But yeah, so you'll do a tank buster, and then he's going to do one of his Choco meteor strikes. This is one of the phases. And we'll come over here, see what he does. Right. So, you see this mechanic. You see a large AoE through the middle, and you see exaflares to the side. Where do you want to go? Like, where's the spot where you think you are the safest? Most people would be like, well, you go down here, right? You go down south, off the screen where you can't currently see. But with what this game is doing, best place to actually stand is here. This one is the easiest of the 3 mechanics, though. We'll come down here. Because the boss is going to put AoEs on you. And see how this other person, they did go down there, right? So now they've kind of blocked off their escape. They've got a very small area that they can safely move into. Meanwhile, the exaflare is going to come at them. So if we both went over here, placed our AoEs, we could move over to the left and it'll be easy. But again, this is kind of the easiest of these ones, so it's not too bad. Come up. You both place them down together and then we move in. And then there's towers that you go out. The towers is the one mechanic that you basically can fail. Doesn't matter if not everyone's at a tower, you get a light bleed from it. But yeah, that's generally speaking the easiest one, but it still has the mechanic of, you know, don't move too early. It becomes a little bit harder. Another tank buster. And then we're going to go into another one. I can't quite remember which one we got this time. Okay, so this is by many people considered to be the hardest. But strangely enough, it's the one that it's not the one that I see kill the most people, but it is the one where I see people fluster the most and die. Right? We have 2 chocobos on 2 rows of chocobos on the side. They're going to do a cross attack. And then there's also going to be these big AoEs. Now they are rotating around the arena. We don't know which way they're rotating yet, right? But any of these spots can be considered safe in the beginning, right? So we just go to a safe spot. We run out, go to a safe spot. Those go off. Rotating meteors go off, and now we can see that they're going counterclockwise, right? And look what happens here. They keep going counterclockwise. Another set of AoEs through the middle goes off. Now, if you're panicky and you not really understand what's going on, to the left of me and to the right of me is clear. So you're going to be like, oh shit, I need to move. I'm going to go into those areas. But the actual safe spot you need to go into is here. Right? The game's tricking you, because by the time you get there, it'll be clear. This will have moved on. If you go into these safe spots, guess what? You're going to get hit by either this, or you're going to get hit by the AoEs in the middle. Right? It's tricking you. It's wait in the middle, a little bit of time, then run out. That's what I do. And you can see, they went over to there, right? They went over to the first open spot. And they're getting hit now. There is no way for them to avoid this unless they can really, like, en avant gap close over here in time. Nah. They get hit. Right, and then the same thing happens now, but also you've got dropped AoEs, which not too bad, but they can make it a little bit harder to find out where you should be going. And also a little bit of cloud, so you can't see anything at the moment. But again, there was that circle AoE in front of me. I know that by the time the middle AoEs go off, this spot right in front of me is going to be safe, so I move over there. See? And they unfortunately move to the other spot because they move too early, so they get hit. There we go. And you got a group stack at the end just to really punish the group for dying. Yeah, we lost one person there. And then we got another tank buster. And now this is the one that I consider to be the easiest once you understand it. But I have seen so many people die to this one because people tend to follow the group. And then the group starts to do it wrong and everyone dies. But this one is, there is chocobos all around the arena, evenly spaced out. And what they're going to do is 2 of them are going to have flare markers. Right? Now you can't see this, but there's a chocobo flare marker there, and then there's a chocobo on the other side, the opposite side, also with a flare marker. So, for most players will understand, like, oh, I need to be as far away from this flare marker as possible. So I either go all the way over to the right, or all the way over to the left. Meanwhile, there's a group stack to kind of distract you. Because what's going to happen now is 2 more flare markers appear. And this is what I see get people, because now all of a sudden people are like, oh, I need to be an equal distance away from this marker and from this marker. I can't stand here. That's too close to this one. I'm going to stand over here in this spot, right? But the actual spot you need to stand is here. You just need to wait, because these are going to go off after these ones. So here you go. They go off. Now you can move. And I've seen so many people move ahead of time, and it'll mostly do like half your health in damage, which you can heal through, right? So you can live through it. But you get hit with multiple of them and it's like you're gonna die. Then you move across to the next one, and you can use these chocobos as a guide to tell you where you should stand. You move across, and you move across again. And you move across again. Now I'm pretty sure my teammate here is actually using reflect, because they've got the spell effect on them that I think happens when you reflect the damage, which you can do here. Some people just stay in the middle for that mechanic and just purely reflect all the damage, so you can get full uptime in the boss. It's a way to skip that mechanic if you know what you're doing. I don't really find a use for it, and I'm often red mage anyway, so I can cast around the side. So there you go. I hope you learned a bit more about this fight now, and maybe it will even become easier for you to clear the content. Now you know how it's trying to trick you. Anyway, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, bye!